Motorfest.
Motorfest, yeah!
Is it possible to platinum a summit without any affixes? The summits are a weekly competition where players have to get the highest score in 9 different events to earn a prize, with platinum being the highest tier. Only 10,000 players can reach this level, and it drops an exclusive reward, with the most desired of these being a rare car. Although a lot of skills required to platinum a summit, there's another way to score high: affixes. Affixes are upgrades that enhance the driving experience in the game, such as giving you more powerful NOS, more points on events, and other perks. Affixes can be applied by either spending legend points to give yourself boosts regardless of vehicle, or by grinding legendary parts to create a set for each specific car. But I'm not going to be using either of those. In this video, I'm going to attempt to beat a summit without using any affixes, which means no nitro chemist, no score breaker, only my own driving skill can save me now. To do this challenge, I reset all my affixes in the legends point screen and put green parts on all my cars, which have no affix boost. So without further ado, let's get into it. The summit we will be attempting is called Porsche, a Motorfest selection. This is a summit which features mostly Porsche cars, and has an exclusive reward of the Porsche Taycan Thunder Edition. A heavily desired car, especially since the Taycan is one of the best Street Tier 2 cars, and usually, the summit variants of cars outperform the stock versions. So let's get into it. The first event I'm going to be doing features the Taycan Thunder Edition. This is a loaner car, so we can't apply any upgrades to it. I also looked at the times, and it seems like this race can be done in under 2 minutes, so it should be pretty easy, right? Alright, first corner, let's see how this does. We're off to a good start over here. It wasn't easy. There's 3 main problems with this event. The first problem is the rain, which increases your braking distance and causes you to slide out a bit more. Speaking of braking in the Taycan is also a problem, because in addition to the rain, it doesn't have that good braking in the first place, especially when compared to the other Street Tier 2 cars. And the final problem is sidewalks. Whenever you go over a curb, you lose traction, and you're very susceptible to sliding. Despite that, I managed to finish the race in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Not quite under the 2-minute mark, but we're getting there. Here's a video of my best run. A minute and 55 seconds. That improved my overall score by a couple thousand points. I still feel like I could have done better, but we have a lot more events to go, so let's continue. The next race on the list is Good Design Should Be Honest, which features any hypercar of your choice. I managed to finish in a minute 10 seconds with the Agera R. That gave me a decent score, but it could be better. I tried playing around with the Agera a bit more, but I found myself having some skill issues. So I decided to take a risk and try the new Porsche 919 Street, which I had only driven once but I just got a pro tune for. Everything was going good. Well, except for that. The car's not the most planted. Once it goes over a small bump, it tends to get some airtime, but if you can play around with that, you can be really fast. Let's see how I did in my full run. A minute and 8 seconds. A pretty respectable time, considering we have no slipstream. I noticed that a lot of the top records had the Porsche 919 Street, further solidifying its place in the meta. It's almost like they want us to use the Porsche in the Porsche Summit. The next event on the list is called Bugs Killer. We're going to be using the Scotto's 911 Turbo, a pretty solid car, but also kind of underwhelming at times. This race has 3 main parts. The off-road cuts at the beginning, such as these. Gutters over here, which I struggle to hit. Let's go, I got it. Ah, come on. And a pretty infamous cut. Going off-road to the right to go up this mountain. Hitting the checkpoint from the barrier. And then rushing down the hill. Finally, at the end of the race, we have a dilemma. You could follow the road, or you could take a right and go off-road, which is a bit faster, but you risk crashing into the trees. On my first run, I managed to finish with 2 minutes and 48 seconds, which I decided to rerun a couple times to get a better score. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Even though I was pretty sloppy with the cut at the end, I still managed to get a lot better time. I was pretty satisfied with that score, so I decided to keep it. On to the next event. The fourth event is Faster Than Schnell, which features any Porsche in Street Tier 2. I chose the best Porsche in the class, the 993. If you've played a Grand Race, you've probably seen these around. That's because it's the most hyper-optimized car for the class. Not only does it have great handling, good top speed, and powerful braking, but it also has a lot of NOS power, meaning that compared to other cars, your NOS will get you further. This event was pretty simple. Apart from some cuts at the beginning, my only complaint is the bots. The bots were being some bitches and just knocking me around. But I was able to escape them and get a good run. Let's see. Two minutes and 53 seconds. Nice. That was a pretty fun race. The next race we're going to do is Rocket Science, which features the 918 Spider Silvery Edition. Well, more like Slippery Edition, because all this car wants to do is slide. The 918 in this game is just kind of alright. It's a cool car to have, but its handling really brings it down. I don't really have much else to say, so let's see how I did with it. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Pretty alright. The final race is Rick Martinez's favorite, in which we used the 911 Director's Cut edition. Now, I didn't have a Pro Tune on it, so I decided to slap one on. Shouts to Militia. And the final race is just a dirt oval. Great. I mean, it's pretty chill, don't get me wrong, but I was expecting a bit more. Let's just roll it. A minute and 58 seconds. A strong way to end the summit. But we're still not done yet. We have to finish the feats. Unfortunately though, this is where having no affixes is going to hurt us the most. Because many of the feats, especially the slaloms, bullseyes, and buoy smashing, are heavily affix dependent. I started with the speed trap, which shortly it was pain. It's not a bad speed trap on its own, even though it is a bit tricky, but there's just one thing that ruins it. Traffic. It spawns too much, gets everywhere, and you hit it over and over again. And over 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 again. I managed to get 337 miles per hour. There's still a lot of room to improve, but do I want to deal with the traffic again? Hell no! Up next is a slalom. For this, I use the RB14 Disruption Edition, and it's pretty simple, so I'll just let it play out. As you can see, I'm still missing out a bunch of points because I have no score breaker. But there's not really much we can do about it, so let's move on. The final event is buoy smashing, which I'm using the Ice Marine Blade Runner to complete. We finished the event with 34,000 points, giving us 122,000 points for the summit, and also a set of gold parts as well. Nice. That was quite a lot. Here's my overall score for the day. I ended up getting platinum with 1.2 million points. That seems nice, but the summit's not over yet. Given how competitive this summit is, and the fact that most people do it on the last day, our score could easily drop down to gold, so you always have to be checking back in the summit. Let's skip forward a few days and see what happens. Alright, the summit has officially ended, and we're about to see what place we got. Let's see. We got... platinum. Let's go! Yes! As you can see, even without any affixes or upgrades, we were able to achieve platinum, proving that you could still get platinum even without grinding for all the legendary parts. Thank you guys for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to do more challenges like this in the future. I'm thinking of doing it with no upgrades. By the way, if you did watch this far, thank you, because this is also my first time doing a voiceover video, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but never really got the confidence for. I'm hoping that can improve the experience in the future, so let me know if you guys have any suggestions or advice. Thanks for watching.